Hello everyone, welcome back to Yogalibrium. My name is Heather. Today I have an energy boosting vinyasa yoga class for you. It's kind of a pick-me-up class. We're going to start with a little bit of pranayama and then move right into our flow. So whenever you're ready, grab your mat and let's begin. Okay, so we're going to begin this class seated on the mat. We're going to start with a little bit of pranayama, a little bit of breath work. So just taking a second to make yourself comfortable, go ahead and take your cross-legged position. Take a moment to let the breath just be easy and flowing through the body, and bring your hands on top of your knees or on top of your legs. Root the sit bones down. Send the crown of the head up towards the sky, already feeling a little bit of added length through the spine. And maybe take a second to shrug the shoulders back. So we'll start with a slight engagement of the pelvic floor. So with this breath work, it's going to be really simple. We're just going to draw energy with an inhale from the root all the way up through the crown of the head. So we're going to start by engaging Mula Bandha. We'll start the inhale. We'll draw that energy upward. As we do, we'll start to contract through the abdomen. We'll draw it up into the heart center. We're going to continue to keep drawing it up. So it's a very powerful breath all the way up into the crown of the head. And then we'll exhale, let everything relax. So just take a second to close the eyes and become as still as you can. We'll take just a few easy breaths here. Good, take one more exhale, completely dispel the breath from the lungs. And then we'll begin. So we're contracting Mula Bandha, pelvic floor, drawing energy up and in. Draw it into the belly, contract the belly. Keep the contraction, draw it up into the heart and all the way through to the crown of the head. Hold and exhale, release. Beautiful. So we're going to just continue to do that a few times. And as you do, just imagining that you're drawing light and energy up through the body. So go ahead and inhale, contracting. Hold the breath at the top. Exhaling. Everything releases as you exhale. A few more times. Contracting Mula Bandha. Inhale, draw the energy upward. Exhale, let it go. Inhaling. Exhaling. Two more times, inhaling. Exhaling. Last one, inhale. Good, and exhale. Beautiful, let that go. Soften the legs, soften the belly. You can open your eyes. Just take a second here. Nice, easy breath. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and take our weight onto the tops of the knees. If you prefer, you can stay in a comfortable seated position. We'll start by shrugging the shoulders back. And we're gonna, just a few times, take some opening and closing. So still moving with that pranayama, that breath flow. So keep the Mula Bandha active throughout this. We'll take an inhale, reach the arms forward, and then take them back, opening through the chest. On the exhale, curl through the spine, rounding out the upper body. Take the hands on either side of the shoulders. Give yourself a big hug here. Inhale, open it up. Exhale. A few times like this. Keep going. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. This time as we inhale, we're going to reach the arms all the way behind us. Interlace your fingers. Extend the elbows out and start to peel the chest open. So thinking about the solar plexus coming forward in space. Take your gaze up towards the sky if it feels okay, and let the head rest back. And then we're going to exhale. Start to take it forward. Relax the forehead towards the floor. Extend the arms up towards the sky. Breathing into the back space of your body and into your shoulders. Good. One more time. Inhale. Start to extend the elbows back, opening up through the chest. Good, and this time exhale, releasing forward. Let the arms soften, release the clasp of your hands. We're gonna take the hands towards the heels. We're gonna let the forehead tuck towards the knees, and we're gonna come into rabbit pose for a moment. So take a deep breath in, and an exhale. Activate your Mula Bandha. Start to roll the hips up off the heels, and breathe again into the upper back and shoulders. Good. Go ahead and gently release the hips back down. As you do, extend the hands forward along your yoga mat. On your next inhale, roll yourself forward. Come into a nice, gentle tabletop position. And we'll root the knuckles down. We'll spread the fingers nice and wide. And we'll move through a few cat-cows. So nice and easy here. Just trying to articulate as much as you can through the vertebrae of the spine. Good, and then we'll come into a nice neutral spine. Go ahead and tuck the toes behind you. Let's energize, press the hands, and let's float right up into downward facing dog. And when you arrive in downward facing dog, keep that pull in through the pelvic floor and go ahead and feel free to pedal out through your feet a few times. Maybe sway the hips a little bit from side to side, finding any movement that feels good to you in your body. And then find a little bit of stillness here as much as you can. Heels reaching in their own time towards the floor. Knuckles grounding down. Find the stability of your foundation. Feeling that the more you can root down, the more energy you have to lift up out of the floor. Creating more space in the body with every single breath. And as you're in your downward dog, start to notice if you're holding any tension in the neck or holding the head up. See if you can completely relax it down. Give the head a shake from side to side. Let it go. Good, and then taking the gaze forward up to the hands. Gently start to walk the feet all the way to the top of the mat. Take an inhale when you arrive. Lengthen, come up halfway only. And then exhale, fold forward. Let's take the interlace of the hands behind the head, wiggle the feet to hip width distance if they're not already there, and then this time gently starting to wave the upper body and torso from side to side, trying to find a little bit of a ragdoll sensation here so that you can keep creating that length between each vertebrae. Sending the crown of the head down towards the floor, soft bend in your knees, just fine, be wherever you are. Good, and then gently finding stillness here in your gentle forward fold. Relax the arms back down towards the floor. Take a nice deep bend into the knees, send the weight back into the heels, tuck the tailbone, keep Mula Bandha active, and then slowly roll yourself all the way up. And then once you get up to the top, go ahead and shrug the shoulders back. Feel the crown of the head lengthening up towards the sky. Feel your feet really pressing into your mat, and then inhale, take the arms all the way up. Take your gaze up towards your thumbs, and exhale, dive right back down. Inhale, lengthen and lift yourself halfway. Exhale, gently bend the knees, plant the hands. Go ahead and step the feet back, setting up your version of a high plank, knees lifted or knees on the floor. Root the hands down, pull the ribs together, navel to spine, deep inhale. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, come through for your upward facing dog. Open the heart. Exhale, take it back. Downward facing dog. A couple deep breaths here. Remembering you can always come into child's pose or, of course, modify in any way that you need to. Nice. Next inhale, starting to gaze back up to the top of the mat. You can hop or you can step. Find your way back up. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, press down, fly all the way up, reach the arms. Exhale, dive right back down. Keep following your breath. Inhale, lengthen and lift. Exhale, plant your hands, hop or step back. Lower down, take your chaturanga, dandasana. Inhale, take your upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Couple breaths. Good. Next inhale, gazing up towards the hands. Soften into the knees, hop or step. Top of the mat. Inhale, lengthen and lift. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, send the weight through the heels. This time come to Utkatasana, reach the arms up. Relax the shoulders back. Take your gaze up if it's fine. And really sink down into your chair pose. For 3. For 2, keep the breath flowing. For 1, sink just a little bit deeper. And then inhale, straighten out the legs, reach the arms. Exhale, fold. Good. Inhale, lengthen and lift the heart. Exhale, plant the hands, step or jump back, lower down. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let the left foot plant. Lift the right leg up. Doesn't matter how high. Take a second to circle the ankle in the air. Wiggle the toes. Draw the navel into the spine. Take your gaze forward. Bend that right knee. Draw it into the chest. Hover the shoulders over top of the wrists. Inhale. Exhale, take it back and up. Inhale, bring it forward and through. Exhale, take it back. Inhale, take it forward. This time we'll hover. And exhale, plant the right foot down, coming down for your runner's lunge. Let the left knee soften towards the mat. Bring the hands up on top of the thigh. Shrug the shoulders back. Inhale, reach the arms up towards the sky. On an exhale, shift it back. Come into a half split. Really drawing that right heel down towards the floor and back towards you. Keep lifting the heart forward, up out of the pelvis. Good. Bend back into the right knee. Plant the hands down, tuck the back toes, engage and stretch out that left knee. Step the right foot back to meet the left. Lower down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, take it back, downward facing dog. Right foot's gonna plant down, left leg's gonna float up, doesn't matter how high. Circle the ankle. Wiggle the toes. Root the knuckles to the mat. Really press into your foundation, lifting the body up out of the floor. Take the gaze forward, bend that knee. Inhale, draw the knee through to the chest, hover. Exhale, take it back. Inhale, bring it through. Exhale, take it back. Inhale, bring it through, hover here. Exhale, plant the foot down, coming into your runner's lunge. Right knee finds the floor. Come on up if it feels okay. If it still feels okay, inhale. Reaching with the arms. Maybe take the gaze up. Relax shoulders. Keep the lift from the pelvic floor. And then exhale, go ahead and shift back into your half split. So find the left heel really rooting down, pulling back towards you. Square the hips as much as you can. Lift the heart forward out of the pelvis. Good. One more deep breath in and an exhale. Nice job. Bend back into that left knee. Tuck the back right toes. Hands root down. Left foot steps back to meet the right. Take chaturanga. Take up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Next, inhale, gazing up towards the top of the mat. Soften into the knees, step or jump. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, return to your Utkatasana. Inhale. Sink a little bit lower. Keep reaching with the fingertips. Get longer through the spine. For 3, sink a little lower. For 2, keep activating the thighs. Pull the weight back into the heels. And that's 1. Inhale, straighten out the legs, reach the arms, get as tall as you can. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen and lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step or jump back. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left foot plants down, right leg floats back up. Circle the ankle. Wiggle the toes. This time we're going to stack the right hip on top of the left. And we're gonna let that knee bend and that hip start to open up. So keep pressing the hands down into the floor. Keep engaging that back left thigh as the heel continues to find its way towards the floor. Find a little bit more lift, root down. And then exhale, we're gonna flip this into wild thing. So the right leg is gonna come all the way down, the right foot's gonna look for the floor. Let it land, press the hips up, beautiful. Open up through the chest. Keep thinking about that long line of energy that we were breathing through before, right from the root all the way to the crown chakra. Keep rooting down, keep lifting up, getting lighter with every breath. Good. On your exhale, we're going to softly lower the hips all the way towards the floor. Good. You can reposition yourself on your mat if you like. Let's take the right arm to the inside of that right leg. On an inhale, we're going to lift through the heart space. We're going to reach with that right arm, and then we're going to wrap the right arm around behind the back. Maybe the left arm can reach around. Maybe fingertips will meet, maybe not, doesn't matter. Finding whatever you have. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Keep thinking about pulling that right knee in towards the right shoulder. Good. Inhale, lengthen and lift yourself back up. Release your grip or your arms from wherever they are. Keep that left leg energized. Reach the right arm up. Get as tall as you can. Root through the sit bones. Exhale, take the right arm behind you. Now you can wrap the left arm around that right leg and twist here. If you have a little bit more space, you can take the elbow to the outside of that knee. If you have a little bit more space, you could find your bind behind the back, but of course, we're not in a rush, so make sure as you come into your twist that you're breathing as deeply as you can in whatever variation you're in. Release the gaze forward, release your twist. We're gonna swivel ourselves around. So the hands are looking for the top of the mat. So I'm moving over towards my left side. You can soften into that left knee, press into the mat, come back up into your three-legged downward facing dog. Go ahead and draw the knee back into the chest, hover. Exhale, plant the right foot down. Let the left knee soften back towards the mat. Make sure you have your right knee over the right ankle. Wiggle the right foot out to the side. Both hands to the inside of that right leg. Take an inhale. Find spaciousness around the heart. Find that lift from the roots all the way up to the crown of the head. Exhale, your variation of lizard pose. If you wanted to use anything under your elbows, go right ahead. Thinking about softening the pelvis towards the floor, finding the minimum amount of effort that you need to hold yourself here. And just keep thinking about the breath moving freely through the body. One more breath here. And exhaling. Nice. When you're ready, starting to lift yourself up out of whatever variation you were in. Right arm's gonna start to come to the outside of that right leg. Wiggle the right foot back in towards the midline. We're gonna tuck the back left toes, engage the thigh, extend that back knee, reach the right arm forward. We're gonna inhale, come up into a twist. Right arm reaches up towards the sky, and you can stay right here or roll to the outside edges of the feet so that your knee is now opening up. You have that little bit of external rotation of the leg. Let the hips come down, reach the right arm behind you, gaze towards those right fingers. Inhale, float the hips up, reach the right arm up and around. Exhale, come down. Good. This time, inhale, reach it up. Right hand's gonna replace the right foot, step it back. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful deep breaths. And we're gonna move into the second side. So the right foot's gonna stay planted. The left leg's gonna float up. Doesn't matter how high. Circle the ankle. Wiggle the toes. Press the hands down. Root down into your mat. Find more lift as you breathe. Bend the left knee. Stack left hip on top of right. Feel it for a second, opening up. Then we're gonna start to let that left foot become heavy. It's gonna start to look for the floor. Go ahead and flip if you're comfortable. Come into your wild thing. Open the hips up, open the chest. Energy from pelvic floor all the way to the crown of the head. Draw it in through the inhale and exhale. One more inhale here. And on the exhale, we're gonna soften the hips towards the floor. We're just gonna come down to land. Beautiful job. I'll take the left hand this time to the inside of that left leg. On an inhale, lift up. On an exhale, start to reach forward. Maybe you start to wrap the arm around. Maybe your fingertips will meet behind the back. Maybe not. It does not matter. Just be where you are. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Heart is coming forward over that leg, up out of the pelvis. Good. Next inhale, lengthen and lift it up. Go ahead and release wherever you're from. Reach the left arm up towards the sky. Get as tall as you possibly can. And then exhale. Take the left arm behind you. Your right arm is now free to wrap around the leg. Take the outside or find a bind. Whichever is available to you. You breathe as deeply as you can, not holding the breath, trying to liberate that energy all the way up. Take one more deep inhale, get as tall as you can. Exhale. Good, gently go ahead and release. We'll undo our twist. We're moving over towards the right side. The hands are gonna find the mat. I'm gonna pivot back on top of my right toes and float my left leg back up to three-legged downward facing dog. Inhale here. Exhale, draw it through. And then plant the foot down somewhere towards the outside edge of the mat. Right knee's gonna drop down. Both hands are gonna be towards the center. Take a second here. Inhale, lift through the chest. And exhale, lower down for your lizard variation. Take one more inhale and exhale. Starting to come on up. Plant back down into the hands. Right hand's gonna plant. We'll wiggle the left foot back in, left hand to the outside, tuck the back toes. Extend that knee, energetics, crown of the head all the way out through the heel. Reach the left arm forward, take it up, twist, stay right here, or roll to the outside edges of the feet. Let the hips come down, gaze over the shoulder, inhale. We'll take it up. And exhale, come back down. Good, inhale, lift it up. And this time, left hand's gonna replace left foot, step the left foot back and lower through your chaturanga. Inhale to up dog. Beautiful, exhale, downward facing dog. Give the head a shake from side to side. And then let's go ahead and drop the knees back down to the floor. Let's keep the toes tucked and let's just take this toe squat for a couple of breaths. Letting the hips sit on top of the heels. You could always use your hands in front of you for support if that feels a little bit better, but relax the shoulders down the spine. Just letting the hips soften over top of the heels, opening up through the toes. Good, and then go ahead and let that go. Tap the toes out behind you. Cross the ankles. From here, we'll just come to sit down. Extend both legs out in front. Root down, inhale, lift up. Exhale. And then inhale slowly, rolling all the way back up, shrug the shoulders back. Let's lie down. We'll take a gentle twist here before we move into our Savasana. So the right knee will come on up into the chest. Give it a little squeeze. Maybe roll a couple of times one way and then the other. And then we'll take the right knee up and over towards the left. Reach the right arm long. And inhale, go ahead, bring it back in towards center. Give the right knee a squeeze. And then switch with the left. And when you're ready, taking that leg up and over to the right, reach the left arm long. Beautiful. We'll bring everything back in towards the center. If it feels okay for you, give the knees one more hug in towards the chest. Maybe you'll inhale, fold the forehead up to meet the knees. And then exhale, go ahead and let everything go. Allow the legs to flop open in either direction. Allow the arms to take up as much space. Palms facing up, fingertips curling. Just a few moments here all together. Allowing your breath to return to its own natural pattern. Breath moving easily and freely through the body. And if you're ready to move out of your Shavasana, gently start to wiggle your fingers and toes. Roll your wrists and your ankles. And draw the legs together, float the arms up above the head. Take one last long stretch. And then when you're ready, roll over onto one side and pause for a moment. And we'll slowly make our way back up towards our comfortable seated position where we began. And as you arrive, feeling the sit bones once again rooting down, allowing the shoulders to soften and relax. Finding just a little bit of gentle engagement from your root, drawing energy up past the crown of the head. Let's bring the hands together in front of the heart, bow our chin to our chest. And let's rub the palms together, generate some heat in the hands. Place them over top of closed eyes and inhale. And exhale, let it go. And that's our practice today. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this class. If you did, I would really appreciate it if you would leave a like on the video, maybe a comment down below, and of course, subscribe because it really helps out the channel. And I'll look forward to seeing you next time. Namaste.